Okay, let's talk about this peace deal that is very, very important. It's going to happen. It's coming from the Britain. I'm going to explain something, what's going on. You see, first, let's see the few minutes of this new conference, and you will see what I'm talking about. What's going to happen tomorrow in the next few days. It's very important to know what's going on. So let's see the few minutes, and then we're going to talk about this.
President Zelensky, dear Volodymyr, you are always bienvenue, always very welcome here to Brussels. Today, the Council, it's a very important moment to build on European security. As you remember, 1 month ago, we have a very important brainstorming, but now we are here today to take decisions and to deliver. First of all, I would like to thank the European Commission.
Now, I want to say something first. Like, I'm gonna shut down the tone. Now, watch his face. Look how happy he is. Look how happy he is. They're gonna finance his war for the next 10 years. Now, look how happy he is. Now, let's continue.
To spending better to build our own capabilities. Of course, the security and defense of Europe is not separated of Ukraine security and defense. A stronger European defense, it boosts Ukrainian defense, and a stronger capacity for Ukraine defense is also very important to boost our.
So let's say this is all crap, because this is Europe to give them these weapons and all. This is all 2032 on like at least 8 years from now. So this is just a rouge.
Our own defense. That's why, because we are here to support Ukraine for achieve a comprehensive, just and lasting peace. And dear Volodymyr, we are with you since day one. We'll continue with you now, and we will continue in the future. In the eventual peace negotiations, when we decided that is coming the right moment to negotiate, and most important, in the future as a member state of the European Union. Then, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Okay. So you see how happy he is? You see how happy he is? Well, look at her. Oh my God. They're so happy about this. They're going to finance this war for the next 20 years. And this guy, he's going to lose like 2-3 million Ukrainians for nothing. And the Russians will still win. But never mind that. So let's talk about this peace deal that Britain wanna present to Trump, which is very, very important. You see, the Zelensky now is perceived in the world the guy who doesn't want peace, and Trump knows this. And now, what the Britain idiots, their plan is like, let's reverse it. Let's make a plan that will look like the Zelensky wants peace, but Russian wasn't. So we can present this to Trump, and Trump will say, "Oh my God, I was wrong. The Russia is the one who don't want peace. So here is all the weapons that you need, Zelensky." But I fucked up in one thing, because you see, they're gonna say, let's do the ceasefire for 1 month. We're going to have the ceasefire in land, sea, and air. Everywhere where Russia dominates. Now, just bear in mind for a second. Just listen to me. And, of course, prisoner exchange. Now, let's start with the prisoner exchange. Prisoner exchange, Russia has like 15,000 of prisoners, and the Ukraine has 1,000, 2,000, maybe even that. So, Russia could never agree to this peace deal. Now, I'll explain why. Because let's start with these prisoners. If Russia release all these 15,000, Ukraine is just gonna, when they come in, just gonna switch them right back into the front line. So Russia has to fight with these 15,000 again. So that's no. How about with the land, sea, and air crap? So Russia cannot target energy grid, which is very important for Ukraine. Why? Because the energy grid is the dual purpose. You cannot produce weapons if you don't have electricity. You cannot charge your weapons, drones, batteries. Clearly, if you're in the dark, you cannot do shit. So what about the land, the air? Well, Russia has the superiority. They have the fab bombs. They're making havoc on the Ukrainian front right now. And the sea, where they have the submarines and ship that can fire caliber missiles to Ukraine. So they just want peace for that. But what about the contact line? Well, you see, Ukrainians don't want to stop on the contact line. Oh, why not? Well, if they stop now on a contact line also, that means the people who are on the contact line, they can go home. And if they go home, they will never come back. And Russia keeps all that land that they took. So what's the problem here? Well, the British thinks that if they present this to Trump, which of course Russia could never agree to that, but if they present it to Trump like that, then they're going to say, you see, Mr. Trump, Russia is the one who don't want the peace and not Ukrainians. And one more very important thing in all that is that what they are going to do, as soon as the ceasefire came in, they're gonna sneak in the troops, English and the French troops, and that's gonna be de facto NATO. And after that, they will say, well, we're in. What can you do now? You cannot shoot at us. What can you do? So that's the second plan. And Russia will never agree to that. First of all, Russia will never agree to any British or French troops, and I will explain why, because it's stupid as hell. First of all, those troops are tripwire. They're going to be in a constant danger, not from Russian, but from Ukrainians. You see, the Ukrainians want all that land back. They want to kick the Russians even from Crimea, which is impossible. But let's say those troops, French and English troops, somehow get into Ukraine. And can you imagine them on the contact line? And every few weeks, they're going to be a false flag Ukrainian operation where they're going to kill like 10 British troops and 50 French troops. And they're going to say, you see, Russia did it. Let's break the peace. But only after Britain and France pump in more weapons, more equipment, more men, and they're going to start a new offensive against the Russians. They're going to lie something like a false flag operation and say, you see, Russia broke the peace and now we have to fight. You see, that's why Russia will never, ever accept those troops in there. Ever. Just because of this reason. If those troops are on the contact line, one mistake and Russia is in war with NATO. They're not stupid. They will never agree to that. Maybe some other foreign troops, Asian, African, South American. I can see that. Some UN crap. I can see that. But never English and British troops. By the way, there's one more important thing, that Russia fight this war, this special military operation, because they want to kick and beat NATO out of Ukraine. That's their goal from this special military operation. Now that they're fighting all this time, now they're gonna let them in. No fucking way. So that this is the new plan that British came up. You see how happy he is? Look at him. Look how happy he is. He's gonna stay in power. He's gonna kill many, many more Ukrainians. He's gonna kidnap them from the street, of course, because many Ukrainians doesn't want to fight. They're running away. They're sitting in home for 3 years now because they're scared to get out on the streets because there's army of people trying to catch them. It's like they're calling it Ukrainian safari. I don't know if you know this, but they're calling it Ukrainian safari, and they call it a busification. That means you're walking down the street, people come in, grab you, and put you in some bus, and there you go on the front line. and you die, of course. So now, and Trump knows this. And J.D. Vance, if you remember when they had that meeting in the White House, mentioned this to Zelensky, said, you have army of conscript, you kidnapping people from the street, you put them on the front line and they don't want to be there. So the American knows. They have the precise intelligence. They know everything what's going on in Ukraine. And I can guarantee you, someone told Trump, hey, dude, this is a lost battle. Get out of there. Yet if the United States is smart, they will just get out of there because it's a death trap. It's a tripwire trap that eventually are going to get them either kill those troops or get United States involved with Russia. You see, now let's go back to the peace deal. Why isn't going to work? Because Russia, all the Russia has to do when they present this plan that we talked about, land, sea, and air, to Trump, that half ceasefire, not all ceasefire, just half ceasefire. All the Russia should do is say, wait, we don't need a half ceasefire. Let's stop everywhere. You see? And in that moment, it's all gonna fall apart. Why? Because Ukrainians doesn't want that. And then you will see who really doesn't want a ceasefire. Because Russians can stop now. They have like 20% of the land. They demoralize NATO. They're almost at the breaking point, and many European countries are walking away. It's total mess. You see, they look at them. Look at them. They look how scared she is. They know that the total mess in European Union and NATO. And what they're doing right now is doubling down, saying to America, go fuck yourself. We're going to go this alone. But they don't know one thing. They know, but they pretend not to see it. That Ukrainian people are on the verge of fucking mutiny. They hate this guy. And I forgot. I was distracted. I'm sorry. Let's just go back to what we said. All the Russia has to do is say, no. Let's just stop everywhere. We don't need a half peace deal, land, sea, and that. Let's stop everywhere. Let's stop land, sea, and air, and let's stop on a contact line. You see, all the Russia should do is say that, and it's over. The peace is broken apart because Ukrainians doesn't want that. That's the last thing they want. All they want is now to lie Trump again. You see, did you see what happened today and yesterday? He wrote a letter to Trump saying, oh, yes, we want peace. He didn't say I'm sorry for what he did in the White House. He said, we want to continue, and this and that. It looks like an apology, but it's not. He wrote that the day before, and yesterday evening he came out and said, no peace with the Russians, fuck them. Not in those words, but similar. Connotation is different, but the words are different, but the connotation is clear. No peace with Russia. Why? Because he was in London. The British, again, listen to me, the British again pull his head with nonsense, just like the Boris Johnson did in 2022. Can you imagine if you came back to 2022 and that plan that Russia wanted to end this war, he accepted? Now it's 10 times worse. Now let me tell you what's going to happen. It's going to happen. He's going to listen to the British again, because why not? He's in the corner. He has nowhere else to go. If he accepts the peace plan now, they're going to kill him in Ukraine. Those Nazi lunatics, Azov battalion and all these lunatics, they're going to kill him because they don't want a peace with Russia. They don't want to give any territory to Russia. So the Britain lunatics, build his head again and tell him, no, 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 no. Keep going, man. Keep going. Keep fighting. But they don't realize that Russia already won the war. It's inevitable. You cannot, it's impossible now. So this is what I want to talk about because I think it's important. And I want to see what you guys think about what I said and if you agree or not. I'm talking about this peace plan that Britain and France wants to do, like half ceasefire crap. I wanna know what you guys think about that, because I'm thinking that that plan is gonna fall apart immediately. Why? Because I think Trump genuinely wants this peace, and it's not gonna be like some half measure, like we're just gonna we want to stop Russians to bomb us, to use those fab bombs because they're making havoc on the front line. They just want to stop that. And of course, the energy grid. And of course, the sea, the Russian submarines firing those Caliber missiles and rockets and everything. So they just want to pull that rug under the Russians. Says, you see, Russia doesn't want a peace deal. But actually, Zelensky is the one who doesn't want the peace deal. Is this the man who wants the peace deal? Is this the man you see that wants the peace deal? Really? He's smiling when he's going to get the new weapons. If he really, really wants the peace, he will not ask him for weapons. He will ask him to help him get a better deal. So that's it for now. I just wanted to see what your opinion is. You're going to talk? You're going to talk at all? No, he's not. He's not talking at all. Really? Wait a second.
European family, it's also a watershed moment for 200 the best.
First, a strong signal, and I want to say.
Okay. Now we're gonna see if he really wants peace. I didn't listen to this, so let's hear it out. It's like a minute and a half. Just
thank you for coming. It's a very important moment to show that we stand by Ukraine for as long as it takes.
Thank you very much, dear Antonio, dear Ursula, and I want to thank all our European leaders, first of all, and for such signal, strong support. Discuss on strong support from the very beginning of the war, and what's been during all this period and last week. You stay with us, and of course from all the Ukrainians, from all our nations, big appreciation. We are very thankful that we are not alone, and these are not just words, we feel it. It's very important. You made a strong signal to Ukrainian people, to Ukrainian warriors, to civilians, to all our families.
And to Trump, it's very important. Say, you see, Trump, I have other friends. I don't need you. See?
It's great that we are not alone. We feel it and we know it. Thank you so much for everything. And signals to increase our production, and signals to, with a new program, to increase the European security. That's, I think, the great decisions. Thank you.
He doesn't give a flying fuck about European security. All he cares is to stay in power and to prolong this war. He doesn't give a flying fuck about the security, but the European security. Let me tell you something. If Russia came to him and said, listen, we're going to give you back all your territory, we're pulling out, but you have to betray these European Union cunts, what do you think is going to happen? He doesn't care about the European security. I have to stop it a little bit because this Sky News guys is gonna shut down this video on YouTube. So
again for invitation.
Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Look how happy he is. My God, this is gonna go in the wrong direction, I'm telling you. these idiots are going to get us in some kind of war. But I think they just don't realize how people of Europe really thinks about Zelensky. I live in Europe, so they don't really know how people in Europe really think about Zelensky and all this Ukraine war. I mean, we are not gonna go to war with them against Russia. We're just not. The people of Europe actually wants peace, and I think they're gonna see that really, really soon when they start pumping troops into Ukraine and they'll start dying in real numbers. And they're gonna see how wrong they are. Because let me tell you something, guys, if war starts between Europe and Russia, let me tell you, I'm gonna fight on the Russian side. I'm gonna fight on the Russian side against this disease in Europe. And I know there are many people like me in Europe. So be careful, Ursula, who's, by the way, unelected by the European people, and that Kaya Kallas, she's also unelected. We didn't vote for them, none of them. So it's not gonna work. Not gonna work. Okay, they are going happy, but you know what? This Zelensky man, he trusting them again. All this shit about European security and how they're gonna pump 800 billion. It's all nice, but it's all that weapon will be produced in 2032. So good luck with that. All right. I'm gonna what's oh, it's 22 minutes already. Holy fucking shit. I'm talking too much. So let me know in the comments what you think. Subscribe to the channel. I need it. I lost my other channel because YouTube banned me. So I had 3 strikes because if you speak the truth about this war and everything, they just ban you. So this is my second YouTube account, and you can see I only have like 40 people, 50, I don't know. Subscribe. And thank you for listening. Bye bye.